Ooh, yeah.
Good morning to everyone. As you can see, there's some Miami Dolphins news that we'll get to in a minute. But anyway, I'm Bob Mosley. You're oh, sorry about that, guys. I got some background noise there. We have some Miami Dolphin news, as you can see, but you are watching an episode of Dolphins Chatter, where everything Dolphins matter. And as you can see up there, the Dolphins are going to be playing the Kansas City Chiefs overseas in Germany. I have a Twitter poll up asking if you guys think it's cool or bad or whatever. So if you guys want to go give your opinion over there, go over there and check that out. And this is going to be another little breaking news this morning that you guys probably also heard. But the Dolphins are going to be playing the first ever Black Friday game the day after Thanksgiving. First time it's going to be a Black Friday game. And it's going to be the Miami Dolphins traveling to the New York Jets. So they'll be, you don't have to waddle yourself all over the you don't have to waddle yourself all over the mall. You can plop down and watch a Miami Dolphins football, add a little extra sauce onto that turkey, and everything will be good. But with no further ado, I'm going to bring in my co-host with the most, Justin. Justin, thank you, and for joining us again. As always, we're going to try to go every Monday, Wednesday, Friday if possible. But we both have different schedules, so it doesn't always work out. So thank you. And how's everything out in Colorado?
It's good, my man. You coming in off the top rope today, man. You got all the lingo going, man. I'm proud of you, bro. Look at that. That's awesome. You got the sauce in there, the waddle
Yeah,
off the couch with the Jalen. Oh
yeah,
man, I'm living the dream, every day you wake up, it's a great morning to be alive and another day on this beautiful earth. I got to witness NBA history last night watching Nikola Jokic's pass Wilt Chamberlain for the most triple doubles ever in NBA playoff history.
yeah.
The Nuggets won the game, so I was pretty excited about that. I'm
Oh,
hoping we can close them out coming up here on Friday night. Lots of sports stuff going
yeah.
on. Still trying to grow my playoff beard, keeping my
I,
hopes alive. The
I
Nuggets
see
beating.
it. Oh, and welcome, Ender and G Man. Yes, you welcome
G-Man,
yourself, G
Ender,
Man,
what
but
up,
it's
man?
okay. And here's an ovation for you guys. It's a little early morning, so it's not a stadium ovation yet, but it's a pretty good crowd to get your good morning.
Absolutely.
Rob is as
Absolutely.
serious as a heart attack usually. So hey, it's all good. But but anyway, talking about I didn't even bring up yesterday's news because that's what we were gonna let's see the Back It Up Bins podcast. Understand why they play in Europe, but these European games have to stop. Also, do not like the Black Friday game. I mean, the
Yeah, a
Black
lot of
Friday game is not too bad. I don't because at least it's one more day of rest than if you would have had to play on Thanksgiving. You can look at it, so at least it's a little bit better. But yeah, I know. I'm old school. I like Sunday, Monday, and that's it. Yeah, I don't. I'm not even a huge fan of the Thursday night football games. I believe that these guys go through brutal enough, so shortened weeks. But the Friday at least has one extra day, and it's kind of neat that it's the first ever Black Friday game. So and that the Dolphins are going to be a part of it, and it sure as hell beats shopping. So so that's what one of my poll questions is. Hey, it beats shopping. So
Yeah, I'm with back it up right there. I don't really like the overseas games much, especially when it comes to like the Dolphins. I think it kind of messes with the season, but you can overcome it. And then you got this Black Friday game. It just messes with your season a little bit. Like you just said, these guys do enough. They go out there, put their lives on the line. They're warriors. Make matters worse. Now they got to travel overseas, and then they got to leave their families, everything like that. passports, all that jargon, all the crap you have to do to go overseas and come back,
I know
the hour offset, all of that crap's gonna go
no,
into
I know
the
it stinks. And one
brains.
of my good friends, and I was telling him, like, I don't count those chickens. I'm hearing there's wrist burrs by a couple, because he has a good buddy that lives in Kansas. He goes, "Oh, I'm going to go to Kansas City for the game, or oh, but we're going to get tickets. We don't care because I already got a place to stay. I don't have to worry about a hotel."
And now
I
it's
go,
time for
"Hey,
me to
that
be there.
no, it's not going to happen." I go, I don't know. I'm not counting it because there are rumors. He goes, "Nah, it's not going to happen." I go, "Okay, but we'll see." And sure
Okay,
enough,
Luke.
boom. I
Okay.
know. I will see him tonight, so I'm gonna let him know. He's gonna know. He's gonna be shaking his head when
He's
he's.
gonna be like, dude, why did you
Yeah,
say
I know
something?
because he's been. I feel bad for him though. He was really, really looking forward. It was gonna be his like first game on the road ever going to a Dolphin game, and he was like all excited. And then now, boom, they snatched it. So yeah, I think it's silly because it's just not feasible, to have teams over in Europe and the travel and all. It's just like you said, there's just so much involved. And these players don't want to be living over there to have a team. Can you imagine on draft night if like the German Dragon select, you're like, crap.
The
Can I go to
London,
the USFL?
exactly, the London
So
Monarchs
it's just
select.
like, it just stinks, but I mean, they'll get used to it,
And then
but
you
I just
throw
don't
on,
think it's ever going to happen. It's just logistically, it doesn't even make sense, from that standpoint.
and
And
then you put
imagine
on
because
top
then
of that,
eventually they're going to want a Super Bowl over there and all of that. They're going to say, no way. So don't take our game. You got soccer and all your sports. You got rugby. We don't need to be putting football in them. I know. I understand. It's all about the brand, all about the money,
it's
and
all
it's
about the money, bro.
just
They're just trying to
more
make
ways to
they're just trying to
generate
make the
revenue.
NFL brand bigger and bigger. But I'll be
Yeah.
honest, like not only that, you got the
Yeah,
travel
I know.
stuff,
Also, all the tax. Yeah, you can imagine, man. It's like, to me, it's
all
just
that stuff. All of that stuff goes into it. Then you figure
it's.
that to
I
make
know. It's
matters worse, then you've thrown on the Black Friday game. So now they're playing, which I kind of, I don't mind it that much, but
yeah.
I don't like it because now it's like the first Black Friday game ever they're playing. Like it puts more pressure on the Dolphins. It like puts like a monkey wrench in the Dolphins season is the way I see it. Like as soon as I seen we're going to Germany to play a game, I was like, man, I don't like that.
I know.
Then the Black Friday game just hit as I came on the show with you, and
Yeah.
I was like, oh, I like that even less because
That is.
it's all about the Benjamins, baby. They
Yeah.
don't care. It's all about the money to them.
No, it is. It's 100%
You
all about the money, and it
like
stinks, like I said, because Kansas City is such a fun place to watch a football game. I've
yeah,
never been there, but from what you see, it's just crazy. It's
I
almost
know,
like a
right?
college day atmosphere there.
Right.
I mean,
They
plus
have
they're winning, but even
the
when they weren't
stadium's
winning
wild.
much, that fan base shows up for that team, and it's just
Oh
a
yeah.
fun, man. It's like a sea of red when you go there. It's just. I mean, if anything, it may give the
Oh,
Dolphins a little bit of a benefit
nuts.
in that they won't have it won't be like such a road game. It's going to be a road game for both teams. And
Yeah.
internationally, the Dolphins may have just as many fans, if not more, than Kansas City. So, you never know. So it's just, so if anything, trying to get the light side of that, trying to find the silver lining. Anyway, guys, if you're just joining, I had this banner up. And yes, it's just a
I
spur of
mean,
the moment. That's the best thing I could find on Germany that I could throw on there to kind of
right.
so
If
and
you really think about it, like the NFL will do whatever they have to keep the train rolling. Kind of like when they had their poster boy, which was born in 2000 off of a sideline hit on Drew Bledsoe. And then they were like, oh man, it's the poster child for the NFL, and it has been for the last 20 years. The Dolphins just haven't been lucky enough to be on that side of history. Maybe one of these days we will and get our guy like that they want to continue to showcase and make the face of the NFL, kind of like Mahomes is starting to become now for the NFL. He's kind of going to take over the torch as per se for like a Tom Brady. You know what I mean? The guy to beat now, everybody measures their team up to is the Chiefs and Mahomes because they're winning Super Bowls. They're on a
yeah.
run. They're
I
making things
agree.
happen.
It's funny, G-Man. Yeah, we should like switch out Patrick Mahomes' passport with his brother, and he won't be able to go. Make him not be able to go. Oh, sorry, Patrick Mahomes, due to a mishap, could not make it over here to Germany. So that'd be funny. So anyway, that's a good one, G-Man. I need a laughter track now, but I don't. That's something I don't have yet. I gotta add a laughter track when someone comes up with funny.
Boom,
So, but anyway, and then if you're, let me get to the other schedule little thing before we get to the next thing that we had talked that me and you were going to discuss the Tyler Kroft news, but we'll get to that in a little while. And here's, if you just join, it's the Black Friday news. And like I say, you don't have to waddle all over the mall. You can plop down on the couch and add the extra sauce onto your turkey. I already used that joke, but if you're just joining us, that's how I look at that game. And yes, it's a shortened week, but at least it's one extra day than if you would have played on Turkey Day itself on Thanksgiving Day. So to me, it just shows that the Dolphins I guess they're going to be in the national eye for those two games, and then you figure there's going to be some prime time, at least two. So the Dolphins are going to be in the spotlight this year. I figured one of the Dolphins-Jet games would be a national matchup, but I was thinking maybe it would be like a Monday night game, bring back the old days when the Dolphins and Jets played on each other on Monday night pretty often. But, both teams have fallen off the glamour days. So that hasn't happened as much recently. But both teams are, with Aaron Rodgers coming there and everything, I was thinking that might be a national televised game, but thinking more like night game. But We're going to get this game ever. But it's kind of cool. First game ever on Black Friday.
It's going to be the lights are going to be out. The stars are going to be out. Like you said, Aaron Rodgers, all of his Green Bay teammates that they added to the mix. It's going to be a great game. Like you said, it's more national spotlight that they're putting on the Dolphins as well. Because like you said, I'm sure there's going to be two more national televised games plus these two. That means people who never see Dolphins play games like we do, because we watch every game, will finally get a chance to see our team as well. When we play on national TV, we don't have this great record or anything, but maybe we could change that around.
No, we're going to have to, man. If we want to be a winning team, you're going to get a lot more gains in prime time moving forward. And that is a good point, G-Man. I guarantee you, if it would have been like a star quarterback that had left the team and then coming back, they wouldn't have moved it. But I guess with a receiver, they're like, oh, well, whatever. So
who knows what's going to happen during the season, because none of us know what's going to happen. By the time you get ready to play that Jets game, you don't know who the starter is going to be. You don't know what their situation is going to look like. Same thing for that Chiefs game. We don't know. We don't even know what our team is going to look like at this point. No one knows. Yeah, the NFL does that, though, bro. They'll schedule things around the way they want to do things, not the way the fans to do things. They don't care about what you want. They care about what they want.
I know we're assuming that the bye week will be following the game over there. So that'd be week 10 because it's a week 9 game.
The Black Friday game, if you figure, you said it's the day after Thanksgiving, you figure that's going to be a November game, basically heading into December. We didn't win not one game last year in December, dude. Not one. We didn't win no games. We were 0-4.
I know. You don't have to
back into the playoffs.
You don't have to rehash it. I know. I'm just teasing. I'm just trying to make it a wonderful Wednesday here. Trying to be positive.
It's a new season. It's a very positive season. We're starting off 0-0. The same any team starts off with positive hopes and wanting to go to the Super Bowl. Well, if you really have those dreams, you need to start planning these things now. And like I try to tell my guys, my Longhorn teammates, all these guys are, the guys I'm coaching up, this starts in practice. This starts right here. This starts right now, because how you practice is what we're going to get in the game. So I just need your best effort. And that's what I need out of the Dolphins. I need everybody to gather for OTAs. I need things started to be installed right then and there. I need position battles to start being settled in training camp. I need guys who are getting ready to have big seasons to start shining there, and then transfer it over to the regular season.
I agree.
And once you get into the playoffs, realize this. Just don't do some Colorado Avalanche crap and go out there and play the playoffs like it's a regular season game. Once you get into the playoffs, you start playing like.
No, I know that's it. Hey, believe me, the Dolphins haven't won a playoff game in 20-something years, as we say almost unfortunately every episode. But yes, I know he's going to be. He was wanting to go back. He was still score on them over there.
Perfect practice makes perfect. Exactly. Yeah. Cal Ripken, one of the guys, a model of consistency. If you want to be good in the NFL, you have to do just like in any sport, you guys, you got to do all these small things. Like I tell, like again, back to my Longhorns team. Like I tell those guys, you guys got to do the small things. You got to catch passes that present themselves. You have to make blocks and you have to make open field tackles. Just
Yeah.
like any NFL game or any game you play, there's going to be a handful of plays that present themselves in every game, and you have to make those. Whoever makes those plays is going to win the game.
Yeah, no, exactly. So overall, it doesn't matter where you play, you just got to win, is what you're basically
Absolutely.
saying. It doesn't
Basically, is
matter
what
if you
I'm
play on
saying.
a field with no one watching for miles away, you still got to make the plays to win the game. So I
Absolutely.
agree. And anyway, I know we had this decided we were going to talk about Tyler Kroft because before all the news of the schedule broke down, and let's see, he throws a Roger Goodell is the worst commissioner ever.
He is, though. He's pretty bad.
Yeah, but he brings him in the money. So until he doesn't stop bringing him in record money, he's going to be there. I mean, that's the bottom line. But any of us could bring in the money, but he's just opening up, like, got him to do the extra games and got trying to bring in extra, keeps on bringing in extra revenue by playing on Thursday nights and making Amazon get involved.
Yep.
Now getting YouTube. Now getting YouTube involved. So he knows how to market the product. So that's why he's going to be
You
around.
want to make me happy, Roger Goodell. Make Tua Tagovailoa the new Tom Brady, and have us win in the next 6, 7 Super Bowls, and I'll be a happy man. So
Yeah, I know exactly. But unfortunately, it's not the WWE script or whatever the popular wrestling shows are these days. It's it's not scripted as much as we sometimes think it is. But
right,
anyway, let's move
as
on
you
to
look at these
Tyler
numbers,
Kroft.
yeah,
This is
you can
what we
see
and
it.
you were going to talk about, and you did some research on him. But as you guys can see, his best season came in 2017 as far as receiving numbers, because he's more of a really good blocking type, versatile tight end. But for receiving numbers, by far 2017 was his best season, where he played all 16 games, started all 16 games, which was the first and last time he's done it in his career. And he had 42 receptions for 404 yards, but a nice, healthy 7 touchdowns. So hopefully maybe he can relive some of that red zone magic and start bringing some touchdowns to our Fins Up squad. Before I let Justin have his take, please take this moment to give me a thumbs up, Fins Up, and a subscribe. And as Justin always says on my behalf, tell your friends and tell their friends, join Dolphins Thirsty. Anyway, Justin, now that I spoke for you once again, you can go on and talk about Tyler Kroft.
Like he's pretty underrated when you really think about this guy's career. Like if he could just stay healthy, as you can see from looking at his games that he started or even that he's played, after that great season he had in 2017, the numbers kind of just fell off. So the production really wasn't there. For some people, like G-Man said, yawns. Yeah, a lot of people doesn't excite a lot of people, but he gives you a good blocking tight end to match with the rest of your guys that has some like underrated athletic ability. Once again, kind of like reminds me a lot of Durham Smythe, honestly, and Siebert. So you have 3 blocking tight ends who can really get after it and block for you down there. How does Kroft go from 62 targets in 2017 to almost nothing? By being hurt, getting injured. That's what I remembered about him too, is he had that great season in 2017 and then he got injured. And
Well, that should be a welcome part of the Miami Dolphins, then, unfortunately.
yeah, and then he just
we
couldn't,
find
and
those
then he
guys.
just
But so where would you rank him? Like, if it came down to him or Eric Sobert getting more playing time, who will win that? Based on their history so far, doesn't mean, because we don't know how they're going to fit in the system, but based on their NFL history coming into today.
I think it depends on the health of Tyler Kroft. I'd take Siebert right now just because of the injury history with Kroft, but I wouldn't put it past this guy from making the back end of the roster and being somewhere where we could count on him. I think Tyler Kroft is here to sharpen the iron on Tanner Conner. I think this is the guy they're putting in front of Tanner Conner. Like, you want to be in the NFL, you really want to be a ball player, you got to show us that you can beat this guy out. So if you can beat out Tyler Kroft, then you belong in the NFL. So they're looking for Tanner Conner to step up his game. Not only that, I'm thinking they're going to start using Higgins a little bit more in the slot than people realize. So the Higgins kid guy, I think they're going to use him in the slot. They're going to use him in the backfield. They're going to use him as a flex tight end. They might even throw him in line. They might put him as a sniffer, use him as a motion man, all that good stuff. I
I
would
think
I would expect to see Eric Uzukama actually start to come on and be used a little bit more in that role as well.
cool. And back it up, Ben's podcast. I forgot to give you a little thank you for tuning in today. Back it up, Ben's podcast. And you guys just don't forget, you guys are watching an episode of Dolphins Chatter. So thank you as always for watching us. So you think he has a good chance? You find him you project him to make the team without a doubt. Health,
Yeah.
keeping health issues and all that in mind. If he's healthy, he's going to make the final active roster.
Well, yeah, I would think so. I think you probably. Well, I don't know. It depends on how good.
Yeah, I know we're getting the tied in because you figure Durham Smite's a given. He's making it. So that's one, and then you got Eric Sober and you got him. That's three. Then you got Tanner. So, and then we got the kid Higgins that, they're going to move over. And if they designate him as a tight end on the roster spot.
The way that I see it is like you just said, you got Smythe, Siebert. They're not going to want to get rid of Higgins because of the body type and what he can bring to your offense from being just a mismatch standpoint. So they're going to keep, I would imagine, he's only a 7th round pick though too. So I think that those three are a given. They're going to keep those Smythe, Siebert, and Higgins. And then the battle it becomes between Kroft and Tanner Kroner. That's why I see it like that. Like that's your battle. Those are the guys you're bringing into battle. I wish they were bringing in more people to battle on the offensive line, like Fleming or a Shell or whoever over there, and be like Austin Jackson. Same thing. You want to be in the NFL, you got to beat out this guy. Same thing with Liam Eichenberg. But remember, like me and you were talking before we got in here, the Dolphins, like they're gonna die on that hill of wanting Liam to play and wanting Austin to play. And we kind of need to see what we got before we just kick them down the road. Like we haven't seen all of them on the field together basically because, Austin Jackson can't seem to stay healthy. And then one or the two of them will get hurt. Like they're trying to create cohesiveness, continuity, and like togetherness on the line so the whole line can just stay together.
Right. No, I understand the concept. Let's just hope
like
that it. I know, but I understand the concept. And, and like I say, June 1st, we will know maybe more because more money will come off the books when Byron Jones' money's officially opens up. And, because we don't have a huge draft class to sign, so it's not going to be like a lot of money going towards that. And then you got, other veteran maneuvers. You could always extend Wilkins. We know that seems to be all quiet on the Austin. Austin, I mean, G-Man. What can I say? He says he couldn't even beat out a guy in a wheelchair. So
yeah, I'm not the biggest Austin Jackson fan either. I hear you. That's what their plan is moving forward, though.
Yeah.
So that's
and
what
again,
we got.
guys, welcome to the room. If you're just joining us and you just waking up and you haven't heard the news all over, this is what we talked about to start. The Dolphins will be playing in Germany against the Kansas City Chiefs. And then they will be making kind of football history. They will be playing the first game as designated as a Black Friday game, and they will be taking on the New York Jets up in New York. So now you guys got a good reason to tell your significant others that you can't go shopping, that you gotta, you got important things to do. So, hopefully that excuse works. So you don't have to be trekking around, like I said earlier, waddling all over the mall. So you got it, guys. So back to you anyway. I didn't mean to cut you off. You just had a few more people come in the room. And since I had talked.
Good. I was going to say, let's go back and talk a little bit more about the offensive line. I know it's nauseating for some people because like me, we've all been pounding the table for, some offensive line play around here forever. But I will give G-Man, Steve, what's up, dog? I'll give you guys some a tidbit and maybe a little bit of ray of hope. I was farting around, going through some of the tape, and I ran across that James Tunsil's tape off of Cincinnati. And I'm seeing some pretty good things. I'm seeing some nice, quick feet, strong punch attack. I think that Tunstall kid can. I think he can give a run for the money for some tackle time down there.
That sounds good. And welcome, Steve. And thank you so much. I am always the worst. Make sure you hit that like and subscribe. And Steve, here's a little welcome for you. So thank you for coming in. Hey guys, make sure you follow Steve on the Fins Talk Sports Network every Tuesday night, 7:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Steve has a good show, and I'm his co-host as my disclaimer. Anyway, Justin, I didn't mean to. I just had to get my little business out
I was
of the
like,
way.
dude, I wasn't done.
There you go. So
I was gonna say, I could see him kind of working himself into a battle down there with someone like a Kendall Lamb. I wouldn't, and I actually put on a lot of tape before that of Michigan and was watching the Ryan Hayes. I was doing a lot of research into him, former tight end who started playing tackle when he got to Michigan, started playing O-line. Harbaugh really liked him. He was one of their better offensive linemen, one they can count on. I noticed about him is he's really smart, man. He really is smart with his pass-offs, his slides, his communication. His technique is real good, just like I scouted him. His technique's great. He's very tall, but he stays somehow locked into it. But the thing I noticed about him is he's got this keen sense of being like, oh, I got beat a little bit, maybe to your left or to your right. Unlike Liam Eichenberg, his feet actually follow his eyes. So when he's like, oh, man, I need to move a little bit more over to my right and square up, he does it. Like, he might be beat, so he's, like, reaching it first, right?
Right.
But then he'll move his body into position and turn it and be.
And again, let them know who you're talking about in case they just join you. We had some.
I'm talking about Ryan Hayes, the 7th-round pick out of Michigan, which I see more translating into a guard, like a left guard, than a tackle. But that should give you what I just said right there, a little insight of what you're dealing with at the position. Right. So he can fix his feet really fast is what he doesn't have the best feet. His feet are just average at best. But I'm starting to look at the tape, and he's really good at pulling, really good in open space, great at down blocking, and really good at, like, pulling and, like, sealing his man out. So if, like, he grabs a man and he wants to move the dude over to his right, this guy can do it.
So you understand why the Dolphins took a flyer on him, and is what you're saying.
No,
in the 7th round, it was worth to take the flyer on, get your guy, bring him in.
I rated him as a 94 on my SRS scorecard, and you can see it on tape now. Like, I'm starting to deep dive some of these guys, and the reason why is those things right there, like the aptitude to, like, reset your technique. Say you're blocking a guy and the guy has his hands over top of yours. This Ryan will reset his hands real quick and pull them right back inside. Right. So he resets his technique. He resets, pops. Good is what I'm trying. That's really good that he do that. It means he has a chance.
I mean, he obviously has some tackle. Of course, he obviously has some talent. He played for left tackle for the past 2 years for a major college football powerhouse that plays smash mouth football. They trampled Ohio State the past couple of, so he's done well, so hopefully, and like you say, I did read a lot of other people saying he's probably going to project to guard, but at least you got a kid that's talented enough to play left tackle for a major football program, and maybe you got him at a bargain price in the 7th round, so that's how I look at it.
Well, what I'm trying to say is, maybe he starts off at left tackle, watch that. He starts off at left guard, okay? But if he can be worked with somebody like an offensive line coach mixed with Teron Armstead, who's basically like a coach on the field,
right?
And have that foot movement work more with his eyes and his hands and all of his smarts go in hand to hand, he might be able to play some left tackle for you in a pinch. And what I mean in a pinch is like someone goes down, we don't have no more tackles.
The problem with last year was that when we lost Armstead, it's such a big dramatic drop off. I mean, anytime you lose an all-pro left tackle, there's going to be a drop off. And you just can't make it so dramatic that you have you might as well be in there.
Right. What G-Man said right there is exactly how I can tell a guy if he's going to be any good or if he's no good at all, especially offensive lineman. All offensive linemen get beat off the line from time to time. The good ones adjust and close the gap quick. That's what Ryan does. He doesn't allow you just to get a gap and get around him. He moves his body to get his feet into position, whether it's slowly or not how you like, or shuffles it. However, he just gets the job done somehow. Might not be as beautifully as like we all would like, but it happens. Do you see what I'm saying? Unlike Liam Eichenberg, his eyes, his feet follow his eyes. So if he sees it, he goes to it and does it. Liam seems to lack to get over there with his feet, so it doesn't work hand in hand together.
Okay. Hey, I know you're digging in the trenches, as it says on the helmet there, for a reason. You love watching. You're one of the few people that love watching the lines more than almost the ball at times.
I'll watch literally 100 snaps probably a day minimum. I'll probably watch 100 snaps a day, and most of them are all line of scrimmage snaps. Especially now that I'm, coaching with the Longhorns, dude, I'm probably watching 200 snaps a day, because then I go to the Longhorns film after I go mess around with something that's like my fun, like watching Dolphins film and other stuff's like my fun. So
yeah, no, it's all good, man. That's like I said, that's why you're AKA.
It's those small things that I notice on tape though, like that stuff, how he resets and really fast and puts his feet in position, that make me think that there's an outside chance that he might be able to play a little bit of tackle for you. The Tunstall kid has quicker feet than Ryan Hayes. See what I'm trying to say to you? And they all can really block really well. Like the Tunstall, Hayes, and the James Horst kid from Michigan State, they all can block and finish blocks really well. Which, like I was trying to tell you, it has me thinking they're trying to create competition for left guard and then bring on a future left tackle to play later down the line. So they're trying to develop linemen now, which actually has me kind of excited.
So, yeah, we'll see. And anyway, guys, if you're just joining us, thank you so much. We started off the show talking about the news that broke this morning about a couple of the schedule. These are official, not scheduled leaks. These are officially announced by the NFL that the Dolphins will be going overseas to play the Kansas City Chiefs in Germany, and that they will be playing on Black Friday up in New York. So the two of those games, both of them are going to be road games for the Miami Dolphins. So, but it's the first ever Black Friday game. And we've been talking about Tyler Kroft, and lately we've been talking about the offensive line. But just a reminder, guys, if you're ever thirsty for Dolphin information, check out DolphinsThirsty.com. It's fun. Do it for fun. You won't be bogged down by advertisements. Nothing to sell on there other than fun Dolphin stuff. And I'll be getting more and more stuff on there every day. And it's all fun. And if you guys ever want to write something and or promote your stuff, let me know and I'll promote you. So anyway, back to you, Justin. I just see when people come in, I just want to get them all back caught up. So.
Oh yeah, definitely, man. Got to get everyone caught up what we're talking about.
Yeah, exactly. So basically, that's what we've talked about. We've talked about Tyler Kroft, the schedule leaks, not leaks, but the schedule news that came out and all that good stuff. So back to our lovely mugs that you guys all love to look at every day. So anyway, I know we're going to do a Friday show, and we're going to do mainly Dolphins, guys, but we may have some. So just so you know, we're going to talk about some Colorado Longhorns. We're going to try to get someone. Are you going to be able to get anyone in, do you think?
Yeah, I'll be able to get someone in for sure.
Okay, so we do some of that. But all these Dolphins, don't ever feel shy if you see them. You throw your Dolphin question up there, and because we know what we're here for, Miami Dolphins.
So I did see some rumors that the Dolphins, this is just rumors, you hear so many around this time of the year about the Dolphins trying to pry Tristan Wirfs away from the Buccaneers. Do you take any validity into that?
Oh, I didn't even hear that one. So no, I don't. If it's not coming, did it come from? Who is it coming from? Any good sources like that you see on Twitter or social media? Okay, then. I mean, it would make sense, but no, I haven't seen it.
So what would you think though if they went out?
And of course, man. Then you would know that at least they're, like you say, they're doing everything to win, because all this win down talk. We hear about this win down talk, but is it really win down until we really step up in a few positions? I mean, overall, the Miami Dolphins are a better team than they were last season on paper. They've added more talent, and I think they have a chance to be better. But you also have to remember the Jets are stepping up their game. The Bills are still the beast in the East. I know we talked about this on Monday's show, but the Bills are still the beast in the East. The Jets have stepped up there. Cincinnati Bengals aren't going anywhere. The Kansas City Chiefs aren't going anywhere. The Ravens are now finally done with the stupid Lamar Jackson soap opera. They got him signed up, and
Their saga.
their saga is over. So he signed up and it's going to play. So there's not going to be any easy way. And the people, like I say, they say the Dolphins have the second hardest schedule. I'm not a big believer. It is tough, but at the same time, you got to look at it. It was based on last year. The schedule strength is based on last year. This is a whole different year. Some teams that were great last year will have to take a step back. Some teams that stunk last year, you're going to be like, holy crap, they're a whole new football team. So you can't really put too much into it. But yeah, as we stand right now on May 10th, 2023, when schedules leaks and stuff start coming out and two schedule news start coming out, the Dolphins have the second hardest schedule in the NFL. But like I always say, to be a good team, you got to beat good teams. So I don't find it as a big deal that we got the second hardest schedule. How about yourself?
Like you just said, dude, to be the best, you got to beat the best. So I'll be honest with you, I kind of like it. Like, bring it on, dude. Every NFL game is a battle. Every NFL game is a war. You know what I'm saying? I'm so glad someone highlighted that James Tunstall kid. He's an awesome pickup. Yeah, man. I'll look at every pick we have and I'll dissect it and deep dive on it and try to see exactly what we have if we have a chance to have somebody make it. You never know, man. You never know. You might find a diamond in the rough down there. And I'll be honest with you, I really do like the Tunstall kid. I had him down to the bottom, and the Dolphins do as well, at like the 5th. I actually moved him up and him up once after I looked at the tape. I was like, oh man, this is actually pretty good. His feet are a lot faster than like I said, Hayes's or someone. It actually kind of reminds me eerily, his game eerily reminds me of some Teron Armstead. Kind of has some great technique, good hands. Looks like you might have something right there. Let's explore this further.
And thank you for that. Thank you for that comment. And for Justin, I give you you got a correct answer there. So, like I said, you might as well be optimistic at this point. I know that goes against the face of G-Man, which I understand, because if I had to bet, G-Man's more or less my generation. We've been suffering too long, but I try to be positive in the off season because I leave the negativity to after losses.
Well, what it is we've seen it so many times.
We've seen the show. We've seen this movie many times before.
We've seen this movie many a times, and we
got the summer blockbuster posters. You're waiting for the movie to come out. We're the highlight poster. Then you walk into the movie theater and you're like, "What the hell is this?
What the hell is this?"
It sucks. That's exactly right now I'm buying the billboard. I'm gonna, hey, I am Dolphins thirsty. I admit I'm a little bit of a homer at times, but it's not like I'm not realistic. I've been a fan forever. I know it's been 20 plus freaking years. December 30th, year 2000. That's how much I know it's been since the last time we won. And that was an overtime win. And then we haven't won. And then the very next week after that, we went and got shut out. And we've been shut out of the playoffs victories ever since.
True.
Little modest appearances here and there, but all being one and done. So, yes, it's crazy.
I'll be honest with you. When we've talked a lot of the times, and before the whole offseason started, and you're like, well, what's your offseason goals for the Dolphins free agency wise? The first thing I started with was the offensive line. And that's because I've been trying to fix the offensive line around here, or wanting to, for the last 5 years. And the Dolphins just are taking a different strategy this time. And I can already tell you that, you should be able to, it's only obvious to see. They're not putting all their eggs in the basket off of some overpriced free agents, some veterans. No DJ Flukers, no nothing like that, right? And I like DJ. Me and DJ are boys. Love you. Shout out DJ Fluker. I hope they sign you still. But what they're doing is they're taking the James Horsts, the Ryan Hayeses, the James Tunstalls, the Alex Jensens,
So you tell me we're shopping at the flea market. We're shopping at the flea market of all.
What you're doing is you're taking a low risk.
Yeah, I know.
Gamble and trying to get a high reward.
You're shopping at the flea market, hoping you find that rare item that's actually worth $500 million that someone thinks is a piece
you're
of junk.
bargain bin shopping, and you never know what you might find in a
exactly. Why can't I buy like that guy a few years ago bought some stupid ugly painting, but behind it was a copy of the Declaration of Independence that he ended up selling for
Yeah, or the
millions.
Mona Lisa.
Or something like that. Why can't that be me? That'd be great.
I'll be
Like,
honest with you. Like, look, I mean, not to try to play on cute words or anything. Like bargain shopping, the Dolphins did some in the 7th round, and look what they found. They got Ryan Hayes in the 7th round, which I had graded literally as like
oh
my
no, you can find
number
gems
like
later.
6th or
I mean,
7th tackle in the whole board. We got him in the 7th
yeah.
round, so
Well,
I'm not complaining about the pick. I'm actually like, yeah, all right,
I
nice. Let's see what we can do with
No,
him
I
now.
mean,
See,
and you can find talent in the. I mean, look, Mark Clayton was taken in the 8th round. They don't even go up to 8 rounds anymore. They get stopped at the 7th round. Mark Clayton, one of my most favorite, whatever. I know that's not my more one of my favorite Dolphins of all time, number 83.
yep.
Mark Clayton out of Louisville came to the Miami Dolphins and he kicked butt. So you just never know. You can find gems. So what's
No,
this
you
whole
can. You
you
really
just
can find gems.
you just
I hate to keep
Miami has
referring.
not, like we say sometimes. Sometimes we just have not been lucky because some of these teams get
Yeah,
lucky picking a guy. Because I don't care if a guy has an offensive lineman that ends up being a 5th-round pick, but he's all pro every year. That team got lucky too because they passed over him 4 other times before they
that's right.
finally said, "Oh, let's take him." So it's just like, it's just all comes down to sometimes luck because you can scout these kids, you can do everything, but sometimes you can't get into there on the kid. You don't know what you can't read their heart, that they're going to learn from their mistakes. So there's so many things that we haven't hit that boom. I mean, Dwight Stevenson, one of the best centers of all time, was a 2nd-round pick, not a 1st-round pick.
Right.
So he came in the 2nd round. And, it's just, Richmond Webb was a 1st-round pick, but Keith Sims came in the 2nd round last year. They played as rookies and kicked butt. So you can find it. You just have to.
I'll be honest with you. You never know when the light's going to pop on for one of these young prospects, one of these young football players. And offensive line is just like kind of like tight end a little bit. It might take a couple of years to like catch on. And you know what? Let's be honest. Have the Dolphins offensive line have they been given any breaks? They're just like Tua. They've been given 5. Like he's had 5 offensive coordinators since he left Bama.
Oh, I know. And offensive line coaches, we even change more often.
And
You walk into Publix for a quick supermarket for a quick run, you walk out and you find out the Dolphins changed offensive lineman again. So
there you go. And you can't do that. Yeah,
you're like,
have no.
and yes, it's definitely the Back It Up Benz podcast. Let us know where we can find you, the Back It Up Benz podcast. I'm assuming you have a YouTube channel here. I'm going to have to make sure I subscribe if I don't already subscribe and follow you guys. I like how you bring it. So anyway, but definitely Kumaro Ship, and then of course Ted Ginn.
Ted Ginn. I want
to. And then it's funny. Brady and Quinn. Then thank you, back at yeah, definitely ping me. And then
I remember that year.
And then of course, we got Boza, but the dad Boza, who wasn't nearly as good as his son's Boza, but with full credit, maybe without famous old excuse of injury, but he did become injured a lot. He may have been a pretty solid guy, but it's just boom, But his son's that. I just think we should have won some. How there should be like clauses. If just a famous guy that got drafted and he didn't perform well, we get first pick at the Suns. I mean, can you imagine Joey Bosa on the Dolphins? Oh man,
that'd be awesome.
No, I agree. Yeah, Bosa was more of a hurt thing, so he's not a bust. Just like Jake Long, he ended up being not a great pick just because he got injured and his first 4 years in even had an All-Pro, a Pro Bowl. Then he just was never the same again, and he didn't even play out after his first contract. He moved on. It's just, we all you just don't have luck, like you say.
We want that line fixed, right? Like my biggest complaint is I want a no line. I think they're just trying a different philosophy right here. Like I think they're going to try to take some of these young guys and hope they strike, find thunder in a bottle, and maybe they get lucky with one of them and can coach some of these guys up and like maybe develop a couple of these guys. I think that's the whole plan. The Kendall Lamb and the Jerron Christians. I don't, man, it's kind of puzzling to me because it's like, I know you had them here last year and they were under the O-line coach we had here last year. So now you're bringing in the Butch Berry to work with the guys we had last year. So it's like, I think they're kind of giving them a reprieve, kind of like, hey, let's see what you can do under a whole year in our system, training camp, OTA, blah, 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 blah with this guy. But I
No,
mean, to me, it doesn't really move the needle either. Trust me. But I just think I think they're trying to take this approach of like, let's see if we can coach them up to be halfway decent.
no, I agree. And again, guys, I see some new people dropping in here. Make sure you give me that like and subscribe. You guys are great. And this is what we top show talking about. The Dolphins will be going over to Germany, and Tyreek Hill will not get his return to Arrowhead Stadium, but he will be going overseas and taking on Patrick Mahomes and crew over there. Then another little bit of schedule news. These are official. I don't put leaks. These are official from the NFL. And then the Dolphins will be playing on Black Friday, the day after Thanksgiving, up in New York. So both of those games are on the road for the Dolphins. And we'll see how many other national telecast games the Dolphins get, but there are going to be two of them. Let's see.
Yeah, you know what? Instead of us like not embracing this, like I think we should instead of us like being like, oh man, that sucks. They're stacking the odds against us. Nothing's new here. They do this every year to us. We should embrace it and be like,
Yeah.
yeah, more nationalized television games.
No, I agree.
Up.
Hey, and that's it. Hopefully that Black Friday counts as our Thursday, and we don't have a Thursday night game.
Also, great question right there by the Back It Up binge podcast. Do you think the game is still one in the trenches? Question mark. I do. Fads come and go, run and shoot, K gun, ECT, pistol now. No, I honestly think the game is obvious. It's still one in the trenches. The game is won and lost in the trenches. I don't care if you're playing high school football, college football, or NFL, XFL, all that stuff, bro. I think it's all in the trenches, won and lost right there.
No, I know from all levels of football, and I agree with you, Jermaine. You do
Luck
have
has nothing to do with it.
I know, but no, yeah, I just but it sometimes it is a little bit of luck. But as far as like because all these teams all scout the same, they all evaluate, they all have almost these guys all ranked pretty much on their boards the same as others. Obviously each team's different, but it's just it could be more coaching them up than anything because most of these guys would have gone. And that's why guys that go in the first round and second round and all the way down because most teams are having the feeling that's the talk. But when I'm talking about luck is sometimes you just have to hit because you can't tell me that, Patriots getting Brady and what was it, the fifth or sixth round is like great scouting.
That's luck.
They obviously
That's
passed
luck.
on him all those other rounds. So sometimes it just comes down to this.
Yeah, I love you, G-Man. You're my dog. This one I don't agree with. Oh, go right back up. Go back to the comment real fast. Like, I agree there. I don't agree. There has to be some sort of luck involved, but I love the last part of what you said right here because it's so true. The better you are at talent evaluation, the luckier you get.
That part I agree with. That's
I
that's
agree
where
with that wholeheartedly.
yeah, that's it. So G-Man thinks to binge it up while I still my ears. No one still. We try to get everyone here. Maybe one day we'll blow up to lots of subscribers like all these other Dolphin networks, and we won't be able to give you all guys the great attention we try to give you. But for now, we're modest and we try to get all the airtime. Luck in the system involved. Montana never won a Super Bowl. Yes, this is true.
Yep, so, that's very true.
And Hogan, the famous guy, said, "The harder he practiced, the luckier
he got."
That is true. I agree, and I'm not saying it's luck. Believe me, these teams that win for a reason, and that's why some of them scout better every single year. But Dolphins are due some kind of break. I mean, it's just like these guys they drafted were all highly rated guys. It's just for whatever reason they get to this level and they don't pan out. And some of them, that's why I think it's coaching sometimes. Because look at the Billy Turner guy is a perfect example. He was like everyone consider him a bust here, and he's gone on to have a great. I mean, maybe not all pro, but he's been a great offensive lineman for years in the league now. So it's just
I'm glad you said that and brought that up because that was another point I was just going to prove is I don't think he's a bad talent evaluator, and I'm talking about Chris Greer. I just think that it's only obvious that he's a good talent evaluator. How many Dolphins players do you see that were drafted by Chris Greer that go on somewhere else and are talented and have a good career? Billy Turner's just one of them, bro. That's just one. I could probably sit here and name like 10 of them on the top of my head that have gone somewhere else and have actually played and won Super Bowls. Here, I'll give you another one who should have been a Super Bowl MVP with Mahomes. Y'all remember Damian Williams?
Yeah, oh no, yeah,
Well,
he
how the hell do
definitely
you
was
think
the
he
Super
got
Bowl
here?
MVP that game. He definitely was a Super Bowl.
He got here as an undrafted free agent out of Arkansas, I think it was the college he went to, and Chris Greer is the one who brought him here. See, look, you find some gems sometimes. Sometimes you don't. I'll be honest with you, though. Yeah, he does need to be a better talent evaluator, but it comes with having those people surround you that help you. Marvin Allen is a great talent evaluator. He found Patrick Mahomes.
No, I
He's
agree.
in the building right now with the Dolphins and helped bring in Tua Tagovailoa.
Yep.
So I trust Marvin Allen. So
You need actually, Jimmy, I think the Dolphins. Yeah, I'm sorry, Justin.
Oh, you're fine.
I do find that the Dolphins, what you said is true here, but the Dolphins are probably better at finding talent in the middle rounds than they have been in the first round, actually. So
they just, once again, to the luck thing, you're not getting any luck with these top middle second round picks. You know what I'm saying? Not at all. Like, I'll tell you a round right now where we strike it out every year. Like, I'll never see this round pound out for us is a fourth round. I don't care who it is. Every fourth round pick we get never works out for us. I don't care who it is.
And yes, you are correct. Where's my correct answer response? Sorry, man. This is why I'm not a producer for money. This is why I can't find my correct answer response.
Find your buttons.
Too many. But I need one of those fancy little things that you just have to hit one button that they have. I have to go search. There you go. Sorry for the delay, but yes, the Back It Up Ben's podcast. I'm going to look. I think there is something that you can just hit a button and get the sound that you want.
I'm sure.
Like I said, I do this for free though, guys. I'm not, I'm trying to go with the flow, trying to bring some fun to Dolphin stuff here. But let's see who else we got. Yes, I know. Yes, this is it, man. This is what we do. We do find
out of Akron. Like, who the hell would have ever scouted a player and be like, this dude?
No,
someone like me was scouting that dude. Like, dude, I'm telling you, this guy from Akron, dude, Jason Taylor, he's gonna be so good.
See, without even looking it up, there we go. There's like 3 Dolphin Hall of Famers that just got brought up in this. I mean, Pro Football Hall of Fame. We got Dwight Stevenson, not a first round pick. Jason Taylor, not a first round pick. And Zach Thomas, not a first-round pick. And I'm not even going back to Bob Greasy was a first-round pick, and Larry Zonka was a first-round pick and stuff. But, other than that, it's just like, hey, you proved that right there. We can get Hall of Famers just in any round. You just have to.
It's a crapshoot, man. You never know what you're going to get out of that draft. You never know. You might get lucky. You might get unlucky and get Scott Mitchell.
Yeah. And it's funny. Jason Taylor, he's not a fan of Jeff Ireland, and never was I, because he had like he said that he basically threw him under the bus last year during a preseason game. I mentioned, and he didn't name Jeff Ireland by name, but he was talking about, some people didn't appreciate me when I was here, and they let me walk, and they didn't think I was big or strong enough, even though I was putting up great stats all the time. And he was referring to Jeff Ireland, you could tell. Oh, which is another Dolphins note. Jason Taylor is no longer going to do preseason games for the Dolphins because he's working for the U. I'm not even a University of Miami guy, but I'm from down here. And so they've replaced him with Kim Bo-Kemper, who's a great, great guy. And he's a good guy that took care of me and looked out for me at one point in life. Yep. So I like that. I'm happy to see Kim Bo-Kemper. Get his due, and he's a good guy too. He's a big celebrity down here in South Florida.
No, I like Bo Camper. He's a good dude. Don't get all emotional on us right now.
I will. But he sent me a video. I showed you the video he sent when I was laying in a hospital bed. Yes, so it's good stuff. I won't get emotional. Hey, what can I say? But I was happy to see my Kim Bo-Kemper, one of the killer bees, wore 58 back in the day. And it's all good. There, I'm over being emotional. See, I should have thrown a banner up there. I shouldn't have talked about. See, I should have done one of these, and then I had my emotional moment. But it's done. I'm all good. But he was a good guy. He was one of the guys that was on a video that sent to me, including Nat Moore and Dwight Stevenson. So there was a lot of. So it was good. So
No,
I
that's
can't
good
help
stuff,
it.
man. That's great
That's
stuff.
why I guess I'm such a homer, man.
No,
So
I'd be
you guys
keeping that
looked
stuff
out
forever.
for me. So, but anyway, back to our good talk. I do think it's good time to be a Dolphin fan. I know, G-Man, we've seen this rodeo, and like Justin said, we've seen this movie before. But with this hope, at this time, what do we have here sitting in May? We're still months away from real football from the Dolphins playing. So you might as well be optimistic, because if I'm down all the time, why do I even bother rooting for the team? So
Right.
I have to have some hope at some point in the year, because normally they crush it by mid-season or late season, and definitely crush it at playoff time. So so hey, I gotta have my hope now. That's why I try to be
No, you do.
optimistic. Yeah.
It's normal, right? Like me and you we talk all the time. Like I'll tell you what, man. Even if the Dolphins get started off to a hot start off 5-1, 6-0, 7-0, whatever, I'm gonna try to stay mild tempered and keep my thoughts and my emotions and everything under control. Of course, I'm gonna be like, yeah, we're kicking some butt and stuff like that. But I'm actually so sick of losing. Like I
Oh,
want to get into the playoffs, and once we get into the playoffs, I want to see this like light switch flick on with this team. Like I just want to see it turn it on, kind of like what I'm seeing now with the Nuggets. They're just kind of turning it on when they have to, and when they
oh,
have to, they're playing and playing well. That's what
yeah.
you want to see, And I'd like to see us get.
Oh,
I'd like to see us get on a run. That's what I'd like to see.
believe me. As you know, I only follow two sports. I follow baseball and I follow football. And my
Yep.
baseball team, totally out from where I live. I know you guys that follow me before know I'm a Boston Red Sox fan, but they gave me hope, because I was part of that 86 years of not seeing them win. I'm
Oof,
like, who would I
bro.
pick this team? Of all the teams I picked the freaking Red Sox. They haven't won for 86 years, but now they won in 2004,
Yep.
2007, 2013, and 2018. Not that I'm keeping track
Wow.
and remember that, but it's great. So for all that, I mean, that's happy. I know they've won. If I never see them win again, it was suck, but at least I know they won, and I remember it. My kids were old enough to see the Red Sox win. We actually went to Fenway Park in 2018, took my kids up there, and it was great. Something they still talk about to this day. So
Hell yeah.
now we just need the Dolphins to give me some of that return love, and give me that.
Absolutely.
That's all I want. I don't ask for too much. Just a
No,
Super Bowl.
you just got to keep the faith, man. You just got to keep the faith.
Yeah, Buckner. But that was in 1986, a long, long, long time ago.
And
Just
it's
like
under
Star Wars
Buckner's
in a
legs.
galaxy far, far away. That's a galaxy that far, far away. Since then, we have been the champs a whole bunch. And yes, I say we because I'm a fan and I don't care, because I was there crying in my milk when they lost in '86, and I
I'll
knew a
never
Jets
forget
fan
that
I went
play
to
right
high
there,
school
dude.
with, and he gave me crap for. But the greatest thing was 2004. I worked with two diehard Yankee fans when they were up 3 games to none. These little brooms that are like a handheld broom. They
Yeah.
stuck it in my mail work box. Oh my God! I went out and got another one so I could. I didn't know which one. I got one of these two asses. Put that in my. And then when we were at the end after we came back for the all-time comeback, I say I don't think we I don't need this.
Yeah, I
So
don't
maybe
need this
you
broom
got
now.
you just lost 4 in a row, maybe, and I never got the brooms back. So I think I picked the right customers. So I would never forget that. That was great, 2004.
Oh, I
Oh
bet.
man, and they were saying, "Oh my God, you guys didn't even show up," because they pounded us in Game 3 like it was like an
I remember
embarrassment.
that series,
And
bro.
it
I
was an
remember it.
embarrassment, and I can't believe to this day that the Red Sox came back. And that's why
I'll
now I know
never.
because my
It's
son's like starting to get into hockey. I don't consider him a bandwagon Panther fan because he's young and he's just, oh, this is cool. I didn't even realize hockey was cool. And he started been watching the playoffs. And he was,
awesome.
I go, remember Boston? He goes, oh yeah, because they're up 3 games to none. I go, yeah, it can be done. Don't count
It
your
can be
chickens
done,
yet.
bro. Never count out a team. You never know what's gonna happen.
Yeah. So hey, let's see. You said I'm just not a. I know it is. Oh no, if I would follow, I would follow. I mean, I want the Heat to win. I mean, in basketball, I like, and then like in the hockey, but I'm just not a fan. It's like I'm not going to be up like, oh man, they lost. I'd be like,
I don't
okay,
know
they
if
lost or they
I don't
won.
know if Jimmy Buckets and the Heat can take out Embiid and the Sixers though, bro. We'll see.
Yeah.
We'll see. Well, I think the Heat will win tonight though and close out the Knicks. I think that'll happen tonight. So put that on your checklist right there.
Yes, and I agree on that answer there.
Yes, please.
Yeah, that'd be great. And the funny thing is, I know this is outside of my control. It's nothing I do and nothing we do as fans, but it just feels like a part of us when you're a fan. And people that aren't a fan don't understand, like, oh, they're just other grown men playing. You guys are just wanting the accolade. But thing is, when you become a fan at a young age, it's just, to me, it's such a hard thing to overcome. You just still want it. And yes, I know I have no control. It's not like my accomplishment if the Dolphins win, but it's just going to be a lot of fun. And it's great down here. I hope they win, when I'm still on the planet. It's just something, because it's
Exactly.
like I put I put a lot of energy into this team, over the years.
You're
And
invested,
it's
bro.
crazy from going to
You're
the
an invested
games in
fan.
person to watching them on TV to buying all their merchandise, even though I don't even like this logo. I much prefer this logo, but that's just how I roll. I've always been a Dolphin fan and always will be, win, lose, or draw. But with that said, I just want them to win. And yes, I know it's not us winning, but it will feel like us winning because of all the tears its team has given me. Let's see. So he's throwing some basketball talk. You guys can talk basketball if you want. I know because your guys' two teams may be on a head-to-head matchup if the Heat can beat them.
You never know,
finish
man.
off
You never know.
finish off the Knicks, and I agree. Back it up. Of course, I am a little biased. But I agreed with that statement that the Dolphin fans are the best in the world. So I would give another. Let's see.
I think they
Another
are.
correct
I
answer.
mean, come on, man. They've been around and haven't won nothing and support their team every year.
I agree 100%. And, like I say, it is what it is. I want them to win. And yes, I know for the people that don't like sports, like, oh, these guys wear around their Dolphin shirts and this and that. And, they're grown men, admiring other people's accomplishment. But it's just, except for badminton and tennis. G-Man loves all sports except badminton and
tennis.
So, but anyway, oh my God, we rambled on. It's already time for us to close out.
Right. It's that time, bro.
G-Man is telling you the Celtics aren't done yet. Don't count the Sixers as in
Oh
yet.
no, I won't count those guys out, dude. Nope, I won't. I really won't. Who knows what's gonna happen? That game last night just shocked me, though. I'll be honest with you. They got to come back. Like, I personally think it's gonna end up being. I'm praying. The Nuggets getting in there and Embiid. I think it's gonna be an Embiid versus Jokic finals. We'll see what happens though.
Yeah, hey, no, that'd be cool. And guys, we're about to wrap up. This is what we've been talking about today. Dolphins playing over in Germany against the defending Super Bowl champions of the Kansas City Chiefs. So Tyreek Hill will not be making his return to Arrowhead Stadium this year unless we played him in the playoffs, and then we can go over there and have some cheetah. But hopefully, the Dolphins have such a good season, it'd be a home game for the Dolphins in the playoffs. That'd be in my dream world. But G-Man's about to say, okay, time to end Dolphin Thursday. You're dreaming way too much. So here, boom. And then Dolphins schedule news number 2 of the day was the Dolphins will be playing on Black Friday. And as I said earlier, you don't have to waddle around the mall. Just plop down on the couch, put that extra sauce on your turkey, and you got a good Black Friday game. So, and those are the teams. So both of them are on the road. I know for you guys hearing this for the third time, I'm sorry. That's been from the beginning. But if you just joined us late, I wanted to touch up on everything. And then we also touched on Tyler Kroft and what he could mean or not mean to the Miami Dolphins moving forward. We've also talked about the overall strength of schedule, and we've talked about the offensive line. So basically, you've covered all things Dolphins, as always, Justin. And unless you have anything else to add, I'm just going to close out from this screen, reminding people to come talk Dolphins. As you can see, we got the past Dolphins and we got current Dolphins, and we're all things and you are watching Dolphins Chatter. And Justin, tell them what to do.
Like and subscribe. Go tell a friend and tell another friend. Tell your wife. Tell her to tell a friend about DolphinsThirsty.com and Dolphins Chatter.
There you go, man. We're going to be here Friday. We're going to have some Colorado Longhorn chatter. I know that won't wow a lot of you, but those guys know football, and they will always talk football, all things football. We will definitely throw Miami Dolphins content into the show as always. And that would be the day after the official schedule release. So, of course, we will go over the Dolphins schedule as always. And that will be.
Dolphins fans, man, you guys should be excited, bro. This offense is going to be so much fun to watch. I'm telling you right now, we're going to have that off the chain, chain.
Oh, yes. There, I love that line.
I'm getting pretty excited thinking about the offense and what it possibly could be. Obviously, we need some more line of scrimmage help, but mixed with this great defense, I'm pretty excited, man. I think the defense has the possibility of being really good, like top 5, I'm hoping. So I think this defense is going to be what we need to succeed. Like you said, man, great time to be a Dolphins fan. So I'm excited.
Yeah, I agree. So, guys, with that, remember you are watching Dolphins Chatter. And yes, and all things Dolphins matter at Dolphins Chatter. We love the Dolphins. We talk Dolphins all the time. Join us Friday. I may drop a pre-recorded video before then if anything breaks. Is what I've been trying to do, adding pre-recorded videos to my website because a lot of people say, oh, it's too much reading. So I dropped a couple nuggets on video that you can see on DolphinsThirsty.com. So check that out. And guys, hey, if nothing else right now, the Dolphins are
Miami has the Dolphins, the greatest football team.
They're the greatest football team.
We're the greatest football team right now. Because, you know, it's the offseason. We're all 0-0. So my Dolphins are the greatest team. And let me see. I got one more comment. Hey, there you go. Yes. Tell your wife and your girlfriends and all your people that you like about Dolphins Thirsty. Thank you, G-Man, as always. And on that note, you don't even have to see our faces anymore. I'm going to close out right there. And Justin, thank you. I will talk to you either back end or tomorrow.
All right.
Whatever you need.